Today, we step into one of the most heartbreaking chapters, stories of famous female celebrities whose lives were suddenly and tragically cut short in plane crashes. These weren't peaceful endings. They were shocking moments that turned journeys of hope into instant loss, leaving families, fans, and entire industries shattered. Some of these women were at the peak of their careers, others were just beginning to rise, but all of them had dreams, plans, and so much more life ahead. In this video, we remember all the women lost in these tragic flights and honor their journeys and memories. Jenni Rivera, the beloved American singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman who gave regional Mexican music a powerful female voice, passed away on December 9, 2012, at the age of 43. Her death came in a tragic plane crash that turned a night of triumph into heartbreak. Only hours after thrilling a sold-out crowd at Monterrey Arena and speaking about her next projects, she and 6 companions drove to the small Monterrey airport for an unscheduled flight to Toluca. The aircraft waiting for them was a 1969 Learjet 25 that had already seen decades of service. Staff quietly warned about its age and weight, but at 3:20 a.m., it taxied down the runway and climbed into the dark sky. For a few minutes, everything seemed routine. Then radar showed it reaching 28,000 feet before suddenly veering off course and plunging almost vertically into the rugged Sierra Madre Mountains near Iturbide, where the impact scattered wreckage across a remote hillside and left no survivors. News of the crash shocked fans who had been watching her on stage the night before and prompted vigils in Monterey, Long Beach, and Los Angeles. Known to millions as La Diva de la Banda, she had broken barriers with her bold, heartfelt banda, norteño, and mariachi performances, and had recently become a coach on La VOZ, Mexico, mentoring young artists with the same determination that built her career. Born Dolores Jenni Rivera on July 2, 1969, in Long Beach, California, to Mexican immigrant parents, she grew up bilingual in a close-knit musical family, excelled in school even as a teenage mother, earned a degree in business administration, and slowly built her career after years of rejection to become the highest-selling banda singer of all time with albums like Parandera, Rebelde y Atrevida, Jenni, and La Gran Señora. Beyond her music, she was a reality TV star, producer, and entrepreneur who created clothing, cosmetics, and a foundation to help victims of domestic violence and children in need. Her sudden loss on that December morning remains one of music's great tragedies, but her voice, her courage, and her story continue to inspire millions. Carole Lombard, the beloved American actress who brought sparkle, quick wit, and extraordinary charm to generations of moviegoers, passed away on January 16, 1942, at the age of 33. Her life was cut short in a tragic plane crash only hours after she had raised more than $2 million at a war bond rally in her home state of Indiana. Determined to return to California, quickly to be with Clark Gable and resume filming, she persuaded her party to fly rather than take the train. Late that night, she boarded a transcontinental and Western Air Douglas DST with her mother, publicist Otto Winkler, and 15 Army servicemen. Because of wartime blackout rules, the normal navigation beacons were dimmed, and the crew misjudged their altitude over the high Nevada desert. Radar later showed the aircraft climbing out of Las Vegas before suddenly veering off course and, at about 8,300 feet, slamming into the snow-dusted slope of Mount Potosi, scattering wreckage across the rocks and leaving no survivors. Rescue parties who reached the site at dawn found the impact so severe that the cause could only be pieced together later, and the news stunned Hollywood. Clark Gable rushed to Nevada and personally climbed the mountain to assist recovery crews. Known for her brilliant comedic timing and courage in taking on daring material, she was still working on Ernst Lubitsch's To Be or Not to Be at the time of her death, a performance that would become one of her most memorable. Born Jane Alice Peters on October 6, 1908, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, she moved with her mother to Los Angeles after her parents separated and was discovered at age 12 while playing baseball, making her film debut soon after. After an early car accident that left her scarred, she reinvented herself, moving from silent shorts into sparkling comedies like 20th Century, Hands Across the Table, and My Man Godfrey, which earned her an Academy Award nomination and made her the highest-paid actress in Hollywood. Off-screen, she was known for her generosity, down-to-earth humor, and her deep love for Clark Gable, with whom she built a quiet life on their ranch. Though her life ended far too soon on that dark Nevada mountainside, Carole Lombard's beauty, bravery, and trailblazing comedies still shine as brightly today as they did in her own time. Aaliyah Dana Houghton, the beloved American singer, actress, and dancer who brought a new kind of grace and freshness to R&B and pop, passed away on August 25, 2001, at the heartbreakingly young age of 22. In the days leading up to her death, she had been full of energy and hope, filming the music video for her song Rock the Boat in the Bahamas, surrounded by turquoise water and sunshine. On the afternoon of August 25th, as the shoot wrapped early, Aaliyah and 8 members of her team decided to return to Florida ahead of schedule. They arrived at Marsh Harbor Airport and boarded a small twin-engine Cessna 402B that was already heavily loaded with luggage and equipment. Despite warnings from staff on the ground about the wait and the pilot's lack of proper certification, they took off. Only a few hundred feet into the air, the aircraft began to struggle. Witnesses heard the engine strain and saw it veer sharply before plunging nose first into a marshy clearing just beyond the runway, where it erupted in flames and smoke. Rescue workers could do nothing. Everyone on board, including Aaliyah, was gone in an instant. News of the crash spread within hours and stunned the world. Vigils were held. Fans gathered in tears outside radio stations and record stores, and her family was left to face a loss that felt impossible. Before this heartbreak, she had already enchanted audiences with her unforgettable screen presence in Romeo Must Die alongside Jet Li, and as the powerful Queen Akasha in Queen of the Damned, roles that showed her versatility and her ability to shine beyond music. Born on January 16, 1979 in Brooklyn and raised in Detroit, Aaliyah was performing by the age of 10, singing on Star Search and touring with Gladys Knight before signing her first record deal at just 12. Her debut album Age Ain't Nothing But a Number went double platinum, And after stepping out on her own, she created a bold new sound with Timbaland and Missy Elliott on One in a Million, changing the feel of late 1990s R&B. Soft-spoken but strong-willed, she balanced superstardom with a 4.0 GPA in high school and always spoke of self-respect and education, becoming a role model for countless young fans. Though her life was cut far too short, Aaliyah's music, films, and style continue to inspire new generations, and she remains, as her name foretold, the highest, most exalted one, a shining example of talent and humility whose legacy still lives on.